Hi everyone, Adam McKenzie here and welcome back to our Strong and Sexy studio. And today is one of, I think, the greatest topics for us to talk about and for you to start thinking about, because like everything you do, what's the end result? What's the end goal? And the best part about exercise, the best part about weight training, the best part about everything that we've designed in our Strong and Sexy program is it does not matter what your ability or your age, your fitness type, anything is. We have a program that's going to cater to you. And one of my favorite groups of women to work with are women who feel like it's too old, they never did anything, they can't do this now, where do I start? That whole mental cycle of weight's not for me, I'm gonna go to Curves. And I'm trying not to bag Curves here, but I'm not the biggest fan in the world because it's the same thing. It's a circuit, it's very fluffy, but they do a great job at creating an environment that women are comfortable in, and they have a good support network, which is what we've tried to give you with our Strong and Sexy program, our Facebook group, and our comment section below every video. And I hope that's something that you've enjoyed and that you'll continue to enjoy. All right, now, topic of today is sexy when I'm old. All right, and all I want you to think about, when I think about sexy, I think about it in terms of you're a sexy woman, all right? You've maintained your curves, you've got a good strong body, you're still able to wear whatever you feel comfortable wearing, you're able to carry yourself as a woman should, feeling proud and confident and, empowered with who you are and with your body. And when you get older, it's really easy to lose that. And as a female, one of the things you need to realize is that as you get older as a female, what tends to happen is your estrogen levels decrease. So normally from about 40 onwards, it used to be about 48. But as everything is going nowadays, we're getting affected by hormone changes a lot earlier in life. So you need to be aware that around 40, your estrogen levels will tend to decrease, okay? When that happens, one of the biggest effects that you'll notice with your body is the ratio between estrogen and testosterone gets a little bit closer. And if you'll look at a lot of, and I've been fortunate enough to look at how this affects a lot of females, and the biggest areas you'll notice a change in will be through your midsection. All right, and for a lot of women, and estrogen, when you are carrying a lot of estrogen, you'll tend to carry more fat or more fluid in your legs, thighs, butt, and hips. As that ratio changes when you get older and you have a higher ratio of testosterone to estrogen, it will change to more where guys tend to store their fat, which is more around the lower abdomen, sometimes the face as well. And that's all because of what's happened with your hormone ratio. And there's lots of things you can look at. I'm not going to get into HRT or anything else like that. What I am going to let you know though is that all of that is still fat. Yeah, you store it differently because of your hormones, but it's still fat, which means it can still be burnt, okay? You can still get rid of it in all of those areas. Yes, some will be more stubborn than others based on where you tend to store more of your stubborn fat, but it can still be burnt. You can still achieve the body you want, and there's no time frame on it. The amount of amazing results I have seen with women between the age of 55 to 60 will blow your mind, okay? And it's blown my mind. It really has. It's completely changed how I looked at age when it came to results. All right? I definitely knew there was a functional result, which we'll talk about a little bit in terms of being able to make sure that you can maintain your functionality so you can do the things that you love to do on a day-to-day basis. You can still play tennis, golf, you can still walk, you can still play with the grandchildren or your own kids. Whatever it might be, you're still able to maintain that quality of life, that functionality. And it's a big reason why I've programmed the types of exercises that I program for you, because they are functional and they're going to help you increase your strength and be able to do the things you need to be able to do forever. Okay? But when it comes to fat loss, all right, I was, like I said, blown away with the amount of results I've seen at later ages. And when I did more research and when I really studied this full time and dealt with specific age group, like I literally took a test group of around 100 people between the age of 50 and 60, and we ran a 12-week weight loss competition. And the results that they got from a fat loss point of view, like I said, I'm not big on weight, I'm more about fat loss and fat percentage, all right, was astounding. And what the research shows is that as a female or even as a male over the age of 45, you can still get exactly the same benefits as a female or a male between the age of 20 and 25. Yes, there's a hormone difference that will help, but from a fat loss and a results point of view, there's no difference. Okay, so now you know that. And when I found out, I was like, nice. Now I'm not going to give you any more excuses than you already need. And now I don't need to, because the research is there to prove it. And all I want you to say to yourselves is that it's no longer a limiting factor. Your age is no longer a reason why you can't do the things you want to do or look the way you want to look. And we do need to be honest here and realize that if you've spent 30, 40, let's be nice, 20 years punishing your body. You might not look at it as punishing, but I might, okay? In terms of overeating, telling it to store more fat, never exercising, never building any bit of lean muscle mass, drinking loads of alcohol. When I say loads, just consistently. I'm not calling you an alcoholic, but if you're someone who drinks 1 to 2 glasses a week, if I calculated the calories for you that you use up in alcohol, it will scare you. I've done it before many times to prove a point. And all I'm saying here is if you've treated your body that way for a long time, how do you think it's going to respond when you start to treat it the right way? It will definitely respond. That's the best part about the human body, is it's so highly adaptable. But if you've trashed a car for a long time and then you start expecting that car to run properly, you're going to have some work to do. You're going to have to put in some maintenance. You're going to have to put in some good fuel for a while. You're going to have to clean that engine out. You're going to have to change the tires. You know, there's lots of things, and I'm using an analogy here, but it works because your body is your engine. It's your vehicle to be able to have the quality of life that you want. And if you haven't treated that well, it's time that you did, okay? And I'm not here as your parent telling you what to do, but I am here as your coach who wants the best for you and who wants you to have that quality of life forever. I don't want you to miss out on doing the things that make you most excited in life, make you happiest, and make you the most fulfilled. And for me, that's my number one fear, I guess. And I don't live my life in fear, but if I wasn't able to do the things that I enjoy on a day-to-day basis, then for me, I don't have the same quality of life anymore. And I don't want that. And I don't want that for you either. And that's why one of the questions I asked when we were doing the video to let everyone know that Strong and Sexy was ready to launch was, how are you going to be feeling about your body in 10 to 20 years time from now? And if you're still doing the same things that you're doing, how do you think that end result's going to be, and what sort of shape do you think your body's going to be in? And if it's something that scares you, good, do something about it. If it doesn't scare you enough now, spend some time visualizing it. Talk to your kids, see how they're going to feel if you're not going to be around because you're going to have a heart attack, diabetes, go blind, anything else. And I'm being harsh now, but if you're not thinking about this long term, you're not thinking about your health long term, okay, what are you doing? Are you just going to cross your fingers and hope everything will be all right? Or are you going to live your life doing everything you can to get the most out of yourself and life? And guess what? If you're running really well and you're doing everything you need to, how do you think your quality of life is going to be? All right, I'm pretty sure you're going to be enjoying things the way that you want to. All right, and all I mean by sexy when you're old here is you being able to be you, to feel the way you want to, and to be able to feel like that for a long time. And to no longer use age as an excuse. Yeah, I just told you that if you haven't been treating your body well for 20 to 40 years, it's going to be hard work. And it is. But is it still possible to achieve amazing results and turn that around? Hell yeah. All right. And I love that. And you should love that too, because it's not too late. If it's going to be hard, so what? If it wasn't hard, would it be worth going for? If it was easy, wouldn't you have done it already? You know, so don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid of, I guess, being able to approach this regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of the shape that you're in. Know that we're here to help you. So if you're really unsure about how to approach things, or if you're watching this and you know somebody, whether it's your parent, a friend, an auntie, a work colleague, and you know that they would benefit from doing something about themselves, be that person to extend your hand out and recommend us. Let us help them. You know, you can be their inspiration to change their life, you know, and if that's somebody that's significant in your life, can't speak English, but if they're significant to you or to your quality of life, like your partner, your parent, if there's somebody who has a lot of feeling and a lot of, I guess, love associated, you know, in your life, then do something about it for them. And if you're the person who's been self-sabotaging yourself, and I know this is going to sound harsh, but if you've been so selfish to never think about what you're doing to yourself and the effect it's going to have on other people in your life who love you, all right? And it's often a hard concept for us to realize that people do love us, okay? But they do. And they are going to miss you like hell if you're not around. And if you're doing things to yourself now that are going to mean that you're not going to be around, that's why I call it selfish, because you're not thinking about them. Same as somebody who's smoking a cigarette in front of his 4-year-old kid the entire time. That guy or that person is not thinking about their 4-year-old kid, not thinking about being around long term, not thinking about the effect it's going to have on them. So I'm definitely going off topic here, but I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. It's not too late. I want you to feel sexy and strong forever. And I want you as a woman to realize that it's never too late, that you can do it now, and that we're here to support you. And like I said, if you've got somebody that you know would value your support, then go for it, all right? Either you help them, give them the tools, or let us help them, because together, you know, why shouldn't women on the whole be feeling strong and sexy forever, all right? And again, like always, go out, be great, be happy, and charge into every day with passion and determination.